Look at
Whoa, look how beautiful that is. See, that was just a slag.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. Today on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel, we're doing a welding competition, and I'm gonna lose.
If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's
All right, folks, welcome back to Tool Tuesday here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. We've got
Chris.
and
Justin.
well, I'm gonna have Sherm walk us around, and let me tell you, we've got a couple projects going on. I'll walk you around and show you this project. So first project on the Warlock dump truck. That's not my phone number if you see a phone number on here, by the way. This is who I bought the truck from. But the Warlock has a weld that's broken right here, an aluminum weld, and I don't know how to weld no aluminum. I'm gonna learn today. We're gonna learn today. So we're gonna grind this off and we're gonna fix that. Now my flow dock, and I'll get you some footage of installing the flow dock. I put it in about a year and a half ago, and I broke some tabs off of the dock. The dock could actually be out in the water another extra 6 feet. So I may, while I got farm help here, we're gonna weld up the tabs that I broke, and we're gonna try and get that dock out in the water just a little bit further, which, stay tuned to the end, that's gonna be the silliness. There's gonna be a little education. We're gonna take you around some cool stuff, and we're gonna take you down and show you 2 or 3 idiots wrestling a dock. I don't wanna give you guys idiot credit yet, but I know I'm at least one idiot. Sherm, take it away, what we got here.
All right, Josh, good to see you again. I'm so glad to be back here on the farm. Man, you've done a lot of work since last time I was here.
Yeah,
so,
big building.
big building.
Yeah.
Awnings, man, all sorts of stuff. Got a little piles laying around. You still got projects, I see. So we're gonna do some of that over the period of today. So
Nice.
I brought some equipment with me because of the different projects that you talked about. Building a structural building. You've got some fence repair that is way out in the back 40. So I have a battery operated welder for you there. And then you've got a wood hauler that you wanted to cut some metal and weld it. So I brought you a plasma cutter.
Nice.
So if we did structural work, a machine like this is what you would want to use with an engine drive or with shore power. This is a heavy duty industrial machine, so you're going after lots of welding. You can put self-shielded wire in here so you don't have to use gas. If you do have a project here locally that you can use gas with, then we can put gas and wire through this. So this is an amazing piece of equipment.
Nice.
Called
This
the
is called
AVS.
Okay, AVS.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Auto voltage sensing is what that stands for.
And this runs on 220 single phase?
No.
Or 110?
This is actually running off of whatever volts and amps your system is putting out, right?
Okay.
So you're not hooking this up to a traditional system. You're hooking this up to a power supply. Your power supply could be like a generator. Most of the time it is going to be a 480 volt big power system that a system like this hooks to.
Nice.
But you have generators, and we have our generator that can hook up to that. So you're just looking for voltage coming off the system to pull the current. So
sweet.
You're looking good.
Cool.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
I brought you a hood. There's my hood. This is an auto dark hood.
Nice.
And it's got all the settings, even half settings in here, 11, 10.5. You see that?
Yeah.
I can do gouging, cutting, plasma cutting, welding with all that. Awesome hood.
By the way, where can people find these? Is this a local dealer, or can we find them on the website?
We have thousands of distributors all over the country, all over the world for that matter. And yes, you can find it online as well.
What's the website name?
esob.com.
Okay, esob.com. Now, this is the one that we're really excited about. First of all, you see a battery charger right here. This is a DeWalt battery charger. This takes the flex volt, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Lithium ion flex volt. Inside here is 4 Gigantor flex volt batteries, and you can press those little buttons there, and it tells you how much battery power we have left. Flex volt, 60 volt, 20 volt, 12 amp hour batteries. So we got 4 12 amp hour batteries. Are these the biggest batteries this thing will take? I guess that's the biggest battery.
12 amp hour. That's the
Gotcha.
And it comes with 4 of them, and it comes with a charger.
Nice. This is called the Renegade Volt. This is a fully contained battery powered unit right here.
And you have a battery box, so this is disconnectable.
Yep, okay.
You can also hook this up to shore power, 110 or 220.
Nice, nice.
Right, so then once you hook that on,
strap that down.
Go together, shut down, and then now you can carry that
grab and go.
basically in your gator and go. Right?
Nice, nice. Cool.
So, and then that's that
Power supply right there,
Right,
that little
and
aircraft connector.
That's that aircraft connector you talked about. I love it. Just pushes on. Right?
Now, show us, I guess we don't want to get too geeky, but good gracious, this thing is so capable. It does so many different things. He's turned the power system on right now. Your leads go in right here. Is that correct?
Leads here. You do have a connection for lift TIG, so you can operate a TIG torch off of it, up
Nice.
to 200 amps when you're running off of shore power. When you're running off a battery, it'll let you go up to 140 amps.
Okay, that's
It
super
adjusts
impressive.
the minutes of actual arc on time that you can do at that amperage.
Okay, so this says 140 amps, and we can run for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of constant.
Arc on time.
Okay.
That's a lot of welding. If you've ever welded for a minute straight, or like take a weight and hold your arms out for a minute,
Yeah.
all of a sudden a minute's a long time, right? So when you're under the hood welding a minute straight, now think 10 minutes straight, right? So if I turn this down, which you're normally not welding at 140 amps here, Josh, you're normally down here at like 88 amps,
Gotcha.
using like 6010, 6011, 6013, some kind of a farm rod, right?
Yeah,
That can
yeah.
get through rust and dirt and crap.
So
So now look, 17
17
minutes.
Yeah,
right?
okay, cool. And that,
That's 1/8 inch.
Right.
So then if you had a thinner job where you're running down at 65, 68 amps,
23.
23 minutes
Yeah.
of arc on time. That's like 30 rods,
yeah.
right? Of 330 seconds, 6010. So
Wow.
it's a lot.
So just so you guys know, our fence welding, and we'll get you a little footage of welding fence braces, it takes about 4 minutes-ish to weld. No, it's less
No,
than
it's
that.
less than that,
It's
dude.
way less. It takes like a minute for each
You're barely
weld.
using a stick
Okay.
around one of those pipes.
Really? So you could just build the whole fence and weld with
Yeah.
this guy.
And then if you bought a second set of batteries, you can't out-weld the battery charger.
Okay. Oh, really? The battery charger will charge
It's
faster than it'll
charging
burn.
in about approximately 2 hours from zero.
Nice.
Right? And by the time you set up, weld, move to the next pole,
Yeah.
set up, weld, move to the next pole,
Yeah.
think of how long that takes you.
That's
You got
pretty awesome.
Hours of work, right? So
That is awesome. So
pretty awesome.
we don't
you heard
have
the fan go off too? Fan on demand. So it's preserving that battery life for as long as you can. Oh, another really cool feature.
Yeah.
So you do have the ability to plug in. Inside of this machine, inside the settings, now I'm geeking out a little bit.
Oh
but
yeah, let's do it.
Inside the settings, there's a thing called amp mode.
Yeah.
It will use the power out of the wall up to the size of breaker that you know you have. So say you have 110 power.
Yeah.
You could still weld an 1/8 inch 7018 rod off a 110. That's not possible in a normal welder, by the way.
Okay.
So you plug that into 110. I can turn amp mode on, right? Automatic. And then set my breaker size. So if you have
Oh,
a
check
20
that
amp,
out, yeah.
yeah. So,
So
now
you
I'm gonna
won't pop
use-
the breaker.
Right, I'm going to use power up to the breaker, and then I'm going to use batteries beyond that to use the extra power. Pretty cool.
That's way
Pretty
cool.
cool. That's an amazing feature in there.
Nice. Got some goodies in
Okay.
there.
Rods, of course, you need rods to
Yep.
burn.
And this is
Last but not least, this beauty is the Cutmaster 50 Plus. We have a brand new lineup of 30 plus, 50 plus, 70 plus systems. TFT on the front, plasma cutting and gouging unit,
gotcha.
and this will run off of 110 or 220. So there's your
Oh yeah.
There's
Okay.
your two plugs.
Nice.
Right? And plasma cutters will cut anything metallic, right? If it conducts electricity, it's going to cut it. So it'll cut your aluminum, it'll cut your steel, it'll cut your stainless, gouge all that. Man, it saves you a ton of time versus like an oxy-fuel torch, or a lot of people are pulling out zip discs or grinders to cut things off.
Yeah, that's good for your eyes.
This save. Yeah, number one injury out there is
a
flying
grinder wheel,
debris,
yeah.
flying debris in
So,
your eyes. So this
I-
will help with that.
For Shiggles here, tell me about the Cutmaster. Tell me about how a plasma cutter works, because it uses compressed air. Is there a compressor in this?
There's
Tell
not
me-
a compressor in this.
how does
You're
that
gonna
work?
Use air.
Okay.
So your regular air compressor that you
Gotcha.
paint with or you air your tires up with, you can put in there. It does have a filter inside the system.
Okay.
And if it pees on the floor, right?
yeah.
That's the moisture. Moisture and electricity don't go good together. So
Gotcha.
it's going to filter that out for you. So it's taking the air, and then here we're geeking out again.
Yeah.
It ionizes it, creates a lightning bolt, a controlled lightning bolt that's going to come out of the end of this.
Yeah.
Measured in tens of thousands of degrees,
Yeah.
multiple times the temperature of the sun, and it vaporizes the material in front of you. So that's how a plasma cutter works, and so that's why it really doesn't matter what electrically conductive material you put in front of it. It cuts right through it. All the way up
Nice.
to 5/8 inch thick with this machine.
Gotcha.
So-
Well, while we're here, I'm going to follow you. Let's walk on over there and show the rest of what we have.
Okay.
So we've already done a full feature on the
There's my
Ruffian.
beloved Ruffian. I love this thing.
Yeah, this was something we worked with ESOB and Northern Tool and Equipment here. Northern Tool and Equipment is an ESOB dealer. So if you need ESOB equipment, I guess you can pick it up at Northern Tool and Equipment. What we're going to be doing here, this is the EMP 285 IC, right? This is a Tell me about that.
Multi-process unit. So you see this odd-looking gun. This is called a spool gun off the front. So now I can weld with aluminum on the inside of the cover, just like you saw in that other feeder. This can take full spools as well on the inside of the machine for doing standard MIG welding.
Okay.
Like if you put a bottle back here and you did 75-25.
Yeah.
We have a small bottle back here of argon. This is just what we brought from the home.
Yeah.
Local, but you're going to use a different gas based off of the type of wire that you're using. So if you have aluminum, you're going to use argon. If you're using regular mild steel, you're probably going to be using 75-25. If you have a flux cord, sometimes it's just straight CO2. But all of that can be managed from back here, from the gases going in. And then from a multi-process standpoint, this machine will do stick, TIG, and MIG.
Gotcha. And we're going to just use the Ruffian as the power supply, but the Ruffian can also be used as the power supply for the other unit.
And that's
and
what
it
we said
plugs
here.
It plugs right in there. Okay. That is
So
pretty
literally,
sweet.
I'm using just the positive power off of my power leads, and I have up to 4,000 watts of power.
Yeah.
So what's important to know is that's an industrial grade feeder.
Yeah.
That's capable of welding like 1/16 inch wire, huge wire. You
Yeah.
need 480 power for that. You're not going to weld 16 inch wire off this. You're going to weld with 035 self-shielded so that the power draw is low, because this is at 4,000 watts. If you need more power than that, you got to move to shore power or to a larger generator.
Cool. Man. You guys get fed with the fire hose right there? Now let's fix some stuff, right?
Yep, let's do it. We
cool.
got projects to do. Let's get working.
So Sherm, tell me what you're doing here. You're getting ready to load up the welding wire in the AVS, right?
Right. So as you load up welding wire, it's going to come in a box or a package, right? You got to be careful when you open up welding wire for the first time. Not that I've ever done this, but when you open it up, you're looking for that little piece right there.
Yep, yep.
You cannot let that go. Guess what happens if you let that go?
Yeah, Looney Tunes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And at that point, you've ruined the entire spool that you just spent good money for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Depending on the wire, you could have, not that I've ever done it, but I think my worst nightmare was I did that to a stainless roll.
Ooh.
And stainless at 15 bucks a pound on a $40 or a 40-pound roll.
Ouch.
That hurts.
That's almost as expensive as a ribeye.
Right? So when I pull that off, you cannot let that go.
Okay.
Obviously, I want to clip that.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is called self-shielded wire. So you saw that little nip there. It also made a crink on that. I don't want...
Gotcha. When it breaks, it's smoother.
Right.
Yeah,
so now that I've clipped that, I can feed that in here.
Okay.
I just noticed this has color-coded drive rolls.
Yep.
So those are yellow. I actually want these red ones that are in up here. The back side of the roll has a hole.
Yep.
I need to line that up with the hole over here because that's what drives it.
Yep.
Right? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Right there. All right. So I'm looking for that hole to go in and nestle like that. And then that holds it on there. Once I get that started. And again, I cannot let go of that wire that I've still got my finger on back there.
Yep.
There we go. So now I know that's going to stay put and not wobble all over the place, right?
Gotcha.
So that feeds in. These are called inlet and outlet guides,
Yep.
right? So these are all toolless, by the way. So if I wanted to change that, I can put it in the remove, right? So that those lines line up. Right?
Yeah.
And now my red one goes right in there, right? And now I can lock that in. Of course, all of them need to be red. Okay, so that's what feeds in. I want to feed it all the way through both the inlet, the center guide, and then that's the outlet guide.
Okay.
All those go all the way through. Now I can close all these, assuming, of course, I've got all the right rolls in there.
Yeah.
Now I can let go. Now
then,
let go. Once I start the machine, I can use my switch and actually feed the wire through all the way to the end and get the gun ready to do the weld.
Cool.
So that's how you put a fresh roll of wire in there. Be sure to hold on to that end. You don't want to make the mistake like I did years ago. All it takes is doing that once.
Nice. We're going to go get the dock. Put your hand in there. There we go. Here's what we got. We got the Milwaukee Fuel, and we got the big M18 12 battery on there. We're going to try to hack these off and then grind this all smooth. Here's what happened. This tab, Chris, will you grab me that other piece over there? this tab broke off. And the reason that it broke off, you can see right there, and we're just simply going to replace it. This tab broke off. Guys, I got a thought process here. Dude, why do we need to grind this off when we could just weld this tab right to that?
We can. It's your world, I just live here.
Why don't I mean, it's your world. I live in it. I think.
So what we can do is we'll just take a grinder and V-groove either side.
Yeah, yeah, and just.
Yeah, so we'll V-groove it because you never want to go butt to butt, right? You're not getting any penetration like that. So we take a grinder and just knock that edge off,
And fill it.
Yeah, and then we'll put, you know, just a teeny gap in there, tack it up, and then that filler metal can get all the way into that joint and create full penetration and strength.
Do you want to do that and then one on the front side here? Well, we can't do the front side because it's got to hook
you can't
into
do the front. It's got to
hook into that bracket right there. So you could do the front though. There's room in there. What do you think? You can do the bottom.
I would stay out of the front and then just do since you can access this with the wire on the bottom right there.
Okay.
And then this side.
Yeah, we'll pull weld wherever we can get weld too.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see how. Well, that's wide enough right there. This is the part that goes on the dock. Will you hold that piece back in there?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. That'd be slick, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So that's gonna hang right in there, and that'll be it. Okay. I don't think because we got plenty of room for play there. Bam! It got easier because this was not gonna be fun, was it?
Double the. Oh man.
Yeah.
The prep work's never fun.
Prep's always the biggest challenge. And then the welding is the fun part.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That's
Yeah.
using the noodle.
Yeah.
That's using the old noodle.
The old noodle longer dongers.
Alright, so what we want to do is we just want to bevel these edges. I'll bevel it on the other one, and you see how that's making an opening and a groove there?
Yes, sir.
And then when I tack it, I'll tack it just a little bit out.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll get a real weld, not a farmer weld, right? It won't just be on the top, it'll be all the way down the groove.
Yeah.
And it should hold up.
Nice. That's mildly insulting, but great.
I mean, it ain't no fun. Alright, I'm gonna clean this edge up.
Yeah.
Watch your eyeballers. I'm gonna try to get in here a little bit and bevel this. Yeah, we need a clamp to hold this. When you're grinding this stuff, you just want to make sure you hit all the corners. Make sure you get those burrs off so you don't lay yourself open.
Nice. Yeah, good idea. All right, guys, here's the plan. So we got everything mounted up. We got this wonderful Irwin quick grip, and we have a little L bracket right here. This is going to hold it in place, and they're going to TIG, is that right? MIG down through there. That's a wire feed aluminum MIG welder. Is that?
That's
nice.
the spool gun. Spool gun right off the Rebel.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
That
cool.
we're running off of the Ruffian.
Cool. We got a lot of parts mating up with one another.
Right.
Takes a lot of parts to get this wheel going. The next one's going to do the same thing. We beveled this edge and beveled this edge because you can't really weld flat stock against flat stock like that. It's not going to seal very good. It's going to leave a big old lump right there. So we need to fill in the V, and that's what the goal is. Now, with what we got over here on the truck, Sherm, take me over. You guys want to brainstorm on that real quick? And we'll buzz through this first, and then we'll just jump right over there. What do you think? You know about this? Oh, we got truck damage. So the Warlock dump truck took a hit. We've got so we've got a place here that needs some attention also.
Okay, so that weld's completely broke. So we'll have to grind a lot of that out.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll V-groove it with like an 1/8 inch Ziz wheel, and we'll fill it with weld. That one will be more challenging because it's in the horizontal position.
Yeah.
So we'll be pushing our luck.
That's it. So what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna show you one, and then we're gonna teach you one. We're firing up the Ruffian. The Ruffian is running the Rebel, right? And then after that, we've got a steel welding project. We're gonna be firing up this critter right here called the AVS, and it will be ran off of the Ruffian also. Pretty cool setup. Now this is all new to me. I have never seen a wire-fed aluminum MIG welder. So like I said, this is all new to me. What can I expect arc-wise or spark-wise? Just same as a regular welder?
Well, you're gonna move a lot faster.
Okay.
Wire feed is a lot faster. And unlike steel, aluminum gets shiny and then it hits the ground.
Gotcha.
So it takes a lot more skill to weld the aluminum. Spool gun's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
You control the heat. So we'll just put a couple tacks, right? And then we'll start filling it in. But yeah, it's gonna act a lot different than your standard MIG. Arc's gonna be a different color. It's gonna be very fluid, and you need to move really, really fast.
Cool. I'm gonna let you move fast, and I'm gonna jump up on the truck and try to learn. We won't be able to talk you through this until after the fact because it's gonna have loud generators, guys. So hang tight with us on the noise. Here's a problem. Don't judge these guys on their weld right here. The Ruffian, this takes 4,000 watts. The Rebel takes 4,000 watts, and that is the top limit of the Ruffian. So we're tripping the breaker on the Ruffian. It's not designed to run that big of a welder. Hear it grunt, and then it trips the breaker. So we're getting stitch welds across there pretty much. But while they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this guy up. So I went ahead and I notched this out with that grinding wheel also. So I had it all smooth and I cut a dip down in there so he'll be able to come through here and fill that hole. This is fun, man. I like this stuff. So we need more than 4,000 watts. We got the Big Daddy right here, the 14,000 surge watts North Star Quiet Armor fuel injected puppy. Check it out. This is so cool. Bam. So what do you think, first of all, about the prep work that I did right here? I just notched that out, kind of similar to what you did. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm impressed. So you always want to grind the weld off, but then like you did, you want to make sure you V-groove all the way in it.
Yep.
So like right here, we'll weld this up, and you know, this isn't a super critical part, but usually you would grind all the crack out, right? Because cracks spread.
Yeah.
So, but what you did actually looks really, really good. So,
Cool.
And then, you know, on this being a horizontal weld, gravity's gonna do what gravity does. You
Yep.
know, over there was a flat weld, right? So when
Yep.
you're welding on something, I'm not gonna pull any triggers.
Yeah, just show me.
So when you're welding on something like this, you want to have about a 10-degree angle up,
Yep.
and then you want that filler metal, that wire, to kind of live on your top bevel, right?
Okay. So make a puddle almost to fall down into the
Yeah,
hole.
so
Okay.
keep your heat up top because gravity gonna do what gravity do, right? It's gonna drag the weld down.
Yeah.
And then the easiest way to do this probably for you is just a step motion. Just step it
Yep.
instead of circling it.
Okay. Do I need to worry about getting my hands burnt by positioning myself on there, or is that gonna be okay?
No,
Okay.
you're not gonna get burnt. I mean, I don't know. You look
You're
like
wearing
you don't
gloves.
have
I'll wear
super
gloves.
fair hands. You
No,
work as a farmer,
we got
right? I
calluses.
mean, you got some calluses. You ain't got salesman hands. You'll be all right. You know, just put a little
Hey, wait a minute.
them soft.
I got calluses too. Look at them hands.
Look at them soft
Look at them
hands.
paws.
They look
I got some
manicured.
paws.
Manicured. You done
Manicured.
got a
Oh my
manicure.
gosh.
So you'll just step it like this, right?
Okay.
And then just keep your heat toward the top because gravity gonna do what gravity does. It's gonna drag it down
All right.
and move quick.
Gonna make a mess. It's gonna be great. I haven't MIG welded in 5 years either. Here we go with all the excuses. going through.
See how much stick out you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to shorten that up. Let me grab the grinder, we'll clean that up.
Okay.
Look how clean that looks, though. That's not bad, dude.
No, his one weld looks really good.
There you go.
That's more better cheddar.
We got a lot of material in there, boys. That's all right.
I'd say that headache rack ain't going nowhere.
No, I feel pretty good about it.
Pretty good, dude. I mean, look at that.
The first one,
Yeah. First one out of the gate was awesome.
catch
Good.
on. I try to catch on.
Look at that. My first aluminum weld looked like birds.
Say that again.
I said my first aluminum weld didn't look that good. Of course, I was like 8 and
Yeah.
you're 60, so
Yep,
life
74,
experience,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that one's
This
pretty
one's got
nice.
a little character. It's like
Yeah.
got a little motion to it all the way across.
Sheep
It's looking good.
going on there.
You did a real good job for your first one.
So, what's the best way to clean this after you do that? Just a wire wheel, hit it.
Brush, wire wheel. I usually use a wire wheel.
Cool. Well, wait, it ain't going nowhere. That's the main thing. So functional, farm functional, and yeah, it got a little droopy down there, just a little.
Yeah, you got a little undercut on your
Yeah.
toe there, but
Yeah.
like I said, gravity's gonna
Second
do what
one
gravity does.
Second one did much better. Cool. Thanks, bro.
Anytime.
Good learning.
That was fun.
We got the learning and the knowing and the doing of things. Let's pull that trailer over here. We're gonna weld a piece of strap material across the trailer. This is gonna be a log trailer for hauling logs out of the woods. He's smiling so much because I did good.
He did?
He's like,
See?
his
See?
demeanor totally
Right?
changed. He's like, he thought this guy's a YouTuber, just a.
Hey, there's a lot of YouTube welders out there,
Oh
bro.
man, I know there are. He's like,
welders out
wait a
there.
minute, this
He's-
guy, he did
he can
okay.
actually weld.
I mean,
caught
I
on.
think that might be my first smile. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's his first smile.
Smile. He's all right.
Oh man.
Gotta work. You're not gonna jump from there, are you, old man?
Oh yeah, dude, I got this.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sailing away.
There you go. Graceful exit.
Oh, my knee. Chris, show them what we got to do. Here's the situation. Actually, let's put it down here. And do we have enough to do two? Probably.
Got just enough to do two.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
we're going to tack this or weld this on here. And the purpose for this is this will be hooked to the side-by-side. This will be loaded with logs. And I don't want the logs to go through and bash the back of the pickup truck or the side-by-side. It's an old tobacco trailer. You can see it swags down this way. So the goal is to keep logs from penetrating this way. Like I said, probably about right there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be farm tight, farm right. So Sharm, tell me about the, what is this called again? It's the
This is the
Cutmaster.
50 plus.
50 plus.
50
and we are
plus.
set at 20.
We're going to set it down to 20 amps because we're going to run off the generator.
Yep,
That's the rough
generator,
unit.
bam.
EX150G.
Yep.
You got the DeWalt
Pancake
compressor, which has the air in it.
Yep.
And then that's feeding into the back of the plasma. You're going to pull the trigger. You're going to hold this about a 1/4 inch off the top of that.
Yep.
Okay. And in about 4 seconds, that cuts all the way across that.
Sweet, sweet.
No
And
problemo.
watch the rubber shoes. Yeah.
Yes. Just like that.
Biggity bam.
Man, it's like you've done that already.
Man,
Have you ever plasma cut before?
No,
No. First time.
first time.
Man, first time for everything today.
That's it.
Man, you're a fabrication wizard. You're gonna have fun with all this stuff. A little slower. You're doing good. You want those sparks to go down through the bottom of the material. Money, money.
Love the smell of argon in the morning.
I don't think we can smell it. If you do smell all that, it's too late.
He's so technical. I was just joking. I
Oh,
said, I
man.
love the smell of argon in the morning. He's like, you can't smell argon, sir. We got rain coming, boys. Let's smell it. Sweet. This is the Volt. This is the battery powered. I'm super excited to try this, guy. So what are we gonna do? What size?
8 70/18.
Oh, we going for the big boy.
Yep.
All right.
We're about to lay some metal down.
Basic, because 70/18.
Okay.
And then we want hot start to be a little bit higher.
Just leave it on 5 and 5 and
You like-
about 120.
You like 5 and 5?
Yep, 120.
5 and 5, 120.
Yep. I usually like a little hotter, but we'll see.
All right.
Bam.
There it goes.
We'll show a
we go.
pretty one, and then maybe it'll be a weld off right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we're about to have all flop off.
Weld off. Here we go. Pro versus no.
Versus sales guy.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, all three of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we saved one for you guys.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
First things first. Do we know what the ABCs of welding is?
What is it?
Always be comfortable.
Okay.
That's the ABCs of welding.
So, okay.
A, B, C. That makes sense.
Always be comfortable.
Always
Okay.
be
See,
comfortable.
look, we're gonna teach you too, Sherm.
See, look at that.
Sounded good. Look at that. Sounded good. Welder sounded good too. Just crisp and smooth, huh? You like that? No, you're making fun of your own weld there, buddy?
No, always.
That looks pretty dang
Good.
good, dude.
Now, guys, we are not building the Trump Taj Mahal here, okay?
Oh.
Or the Taj Mahal.
Every weld is your signature, baby.
A real welder takes pride in every weld.
Every weld.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Every weld.
All right, I'm not a real welder. Let's do it. Let's set my pants on fire. Tell me as I go through here, am I going zzz, or am I just dragging?
So you can just drag a 70/18. You're gonna want a little more, you're gonna want to angle about like this. You want about 10% drag, right? If there's slag drag,
Yeah.
never push. And then just drag it across here.
Okay, and just
So
drag.
watch your puddle, right? So when you're welding, what most people do wrong is they watch in front.
Yeah.
You want to watch behind. You want to see that slag coming up behind, and then you know to step forward.
Yeah, you got this.
There you go.
No, that looks like doo-doo. Come show.
Hey Chris, was there a bird here?
You know, you traveled just a little too fast in the
Yep.
beginning, but look at the end. The end looks like it's supposed to.
All right,
the
Your
end.
main problem was
Ne-
you were pulling too much arc length, so you got to keep that rod driven in there.
Okay. All right, let's try it. Let me do this other one here. So he needs a little more practice.
You sure you still want to do this competition on video?
Yeah. I ain't afraid.
Hey, it's my turn next.
I
I
ain't
get
scared.
the sales guy gets to play too.
Yeah, I ain't not scared to lose.
You ready?
Hit it.
Bam.
Oh, hey man, when did the volcano come through here?
Oh no, they got a little bit of sloppy on the slag, but
Is that
hey,
slag?
that's
You
slag.
think?
That's slag.
The travel speed was a little slow.
Little slow on the travel speed.
Where's the tap tap tappy tapper? Here,
Yeah.
we'll try that.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Give it a chance to cool a second.
It looks nice though. You're doing a fine job.
Suck some of that heat out of it, right?
Yep.
And then
Look at
Oh! Whoa! Look how beautiful that is. See, that was just a slag.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
That is Justin is tough to beat, man. I don't know if I beat him. His start looks way better than mine.
You've done a mighty fine job. Both of you boys, I'd like to commend you.
Look at that.
it's all right, Josh. I remember my first stick weld.
Yep. By the way, guys, this is the Renegade Volt. That just runs off of 4 DeWalt batteries. That is going to be a lifesaver here on the farm. I don't have to haul all this big stuff. Way cool. Let's go to the pond. All right, the next part of this project, we got to get the dock squared away. I don't know how this is going to go, but I did it by myself before, so I feel like with 3 dudes, we should have 3 times the fun.
We're all gonna get wet.
Yeah, exactly. When I pulled this up yesterday, man, a big old snake was underneath it.
Awesome.
So what we got here is a dock that is a roll-in dock. It has wheels on it. I'll get you guys some footage right now of this dock going in. It is to the furthest point out that I think it can go right now. what I need to do, I want to get it out further, and the only way to get it out further is to mount that dock section we just did. However, if you look, and it's pretty light, I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
So not 5 minutes, Josh?
Not 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to get the tractor down here to pull this thing out. It's too heavy for all three of us to get a hold of it. I'm gonna have to take the pallet forks, slide up under it, and pull it out. These guys got to get on a plane. Yeah. All right, after a little bit of head scratching, we are vetoing the dock move. Here's a scenario. So I broke those tabs off, and we just repaired, and I've got to get them out of here. I've got to bring some tools down here and get the proper tools. This is the bracketry that's supposed to hold up the dock section that we just pulled off. And this is a flow dock. So beautiful aluminum dock right here. What I really want to do is get this further out in the pond. There is a ledge right here. So at the end of this dock, there is a ledge of dirt, and we're stuck up against it. There's a wheel under there. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for a future video as I come down here with a skid loader or tractor, lift this up, pull it back, move it, install the ramp, and then put it on there. We don't have time. It is, yeah, it's 12:50. He's got to get on a plane. Sherm's got to get on a plane by 1:30, so he's got to be out of here. So, boys,
All right,
thank
dude.
you. It was
What
a
a
great
day. It was a
time.
lot of
Thanks
fun.
for the education.
Thanks for the contest.
I enjoyed the MIG welding, the stick welding. I need to work on a little bit, but we got the tools here on the farm to do it. So guys, stay tuned. There's an awesome video series coming. We're going to build a shed for the sawmill. That's where all this kind of got spawned. Big thanks to Esab for coming out here. I mean, can't say enough. You were in town for a show or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and this fella here's from the
He's local.
mountains of Hickory, North Carolina.
Hendersonville.
Hendersonville, North
Mountains.
Carolina. The mountains. Cool.
The good part.
Nice. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. This is a good time. Just getting the job done. I've got this fixed. We'll see you in the next video when I fix it and put it all back together. Right?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you next time. Woo! 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 There you go. On the phone again. Just can't wait to get on the phone again.
Oh man. I'll know I'll have made it when I can throw my phone away. That's my measure.
How you gonna look at Facebook Marketplace?
I don't need to do that.
That would be, but you gotta watch Stoney Ridge Farmer, so you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Well, I can still do that on the TV.
There you go.
See? Okay.
Just strapping this down, man. Gonna get a clamp
I'll
on
try
it.
to go there if you can.
You get it. You get it. Oh, you want me to do more work?
Yeah, if you can. Just
Okay.
watch. Here's my safety glasses. I know you want to work. Let me grab my safety glasses too. Aluminum in your eyeball is not a good idea. Oh, dude, you already got it done, man.
I ain't got it done. I was just getting started. You stopped
Look
me.
at this guy. He's a worker. Show me what I need to do. I guess I need a shirt.
You
too.
really should weld with a shirt on.
Gross, dude. I don't know what's worse. I just feel like I crawled in a hot tub with Sherm with this wet
no.
jacket. It's.
Ah, man, it ain't nothing the health department can't fix.
That's it.
What does the back of it say? I can't even remember. Crazy?
It does say a little something because Josh is the total package.
The total package. I'm not the total package.
20 amps.
Point it at me and let's talk.
Bam.
So, give me the. Let me see the pits. What we got in the pits? We're good. Pits clear. Pits are clear.
Pits-
So sticky here.
I know. There's more humidity here, though. You see all the green around?
Yeah.
That's why North Carolina is beautiful.
It
Yes,
is,
There's
yeah.
a lot of humidity.